Hello, Sandra Embleton here. I wanted to stand in this exact place today when we did a video because, as you can see behind me, we have the burning bush, which is another symbol of the Grail. Because the entrance into the Grail temple is the vagina. And that golden bush, that light, that passageway to God is lit up when God brings the twin flame union into oneness. You're connecting with God. And that's a miracle. So when we read about the burning bush or the singing bush in Three Amigos, when we are in that receptive place and we're on the threshold of finding the entrance to the Holy Grail. The entrance to the Holy Grail is an entranceway to heaven in connection with God. And once you make it and you get to the other side of it, in a twin flame relationship, all your meetings, everything are now heavenly and on God's time. So you are always moving in rhythm with what God is wanting from you and moving you where you need to go. And He will set you up as a twin flame union in a sacred place. He'll give you your own portal. He'll give you your own portal for transmission. And when you are guided into this place and you come into that holy union, it's Israel. You're bringing back the state of Isis, Ra, and El, woman, man, and God. And that state of beingness, that state of oneness, which is so profound that it's even mentioned in the Bible. And all it is our misinterpretation of the meaning of it, or what it is we just haven't reached a high enough level of consciousness to hear that, to understand that, to be privileged to receive the information of the gateway to the Holy Grail. And I can guarantee you, I can stand here stomping my feet and making these videos for how long, I don't know. Until you in yourself say, I want to go on a Grail quest. I want to be in the Da Vinci Code. I want to be in that coded spiral, the Fibonacci sequence. I want to be in that timeline on the other side of the veil. I choose now to move to the other side of the veil. And making that request to choose to go on the other side of the veil, you seek out the Christ and you seek out the Grail in the same fashion. And I give this a lot of thought, and it's about Jesus standing up 2,000 years ago and saying, I'm Jesus, I'm the Son of God. And all the disciples are looking around at him and they're going, what? Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. And he's telling them, but they don't get it. They don't understand it because they can't vibrate and let go of the rules they were guided to use through their life by their indoctrination into whatever religious belief you chose on the planet. It's being able to suspend the rules you were told about how to get to God and how the best way to go is, when truthfully it's through the connection with a woman, and you invite in the holy presence of God. That's the twin flame union. And so many videos have come out, so many opinions, so much is being reported on this. Why? Because they want you confused about it. They want you so confused about what a twin flame is that there's every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming up and all these people saying, this is what my twin flame said, and this is what my twin flame, and we fought and we did this, and I'm hearing is we, I, and there's no connection with God. I'm not hearing people come forward and go, okay, you're not going to believe this, but how I started my Grail quest. And what is the Grail quest? Well, the quest is to have all your dreams answered, all your dreams and your wishes granted to you. You want to see heaven on earth. You want to see the good things. You want to know that connection with God that will open your eyes and turn our hell into a heaven. That when you wake up every day, you behold beauty. This morning I got out of bed and just a very plain scene at the side of my house with the bushes along the circumference of my property, and I'm looking at them, and all of a sudden their beauty popped out at me. And I wasn't expecting to see such beauty in such a mundane scene, but it captivated me, and I had to sit down at the edge of my bed. And I couldn't move because I was seeing the beauty. And that was the moment in which that beauty was showing itself to me. And the smartest thing I did was not run away from it. Whatever I had on my plate today, whatever things I had planned for myself, being on the quest for the Holy Grail is you suspend your plans. Whenever the adventure comes calling, whenever the energy knocks on your door, whenever you begin to have a spiritual conversation, don't cut it short. Ride it to the end. Pick up as many clues as you possibly can in that conversation that will lead to answers to the good questions you're constantly asking. I think it was the Celestine prophecies. Always, let's give them credit. Always ask good questions, then you always get good guidance. You must be asking questions. And remember in the Da Vinci Code, what's next, Sophie? What's next? Keep asking questions. What's after this? What's after this? And to have that spiritual explorer energy within you is a quest for the Grail. If you possess that energy where you are questing after truth, where you are wanting to know, is there really a fountain of youth? And how do I get there? Through the burning bush. It's on the other side of the veil, and the entrance to the fountain of youth is found through the burning bush. It's sex with your twin flame. Your soul partner leads you into the state of Israel, where once you're in the state of Israel, what happens, well, I just lost, I heard there was a thing there. What happens being in the state of Israel and being on the other side and being in the oneness is the quest for the Holy Grail, is the realization of all your dreams come true. And after the sex and after the companionship comes a high, so high, it's called bliss. And when you hit bliss energy, you're done. You just roll over and you take it. You are one with God. You are totally one with God. And you don't want to move. Because you're nirvana. You've made it. You've reached nirvana. A twin flame is someone who'll go on the ride with you. A twin flame is someone who's at the same consciousness level as you and can see what you can see. Like no other. You're sent someone who can see it the way you can. So when you go beyond the veil, it's like you get a guardian angel, you get a guide, you get somebody who's coming forward to assist you on the journey beginning into the next dimension, into the heavenly realms, into remembering your place in eternity. And all these things begin to happen beyond the veil. That's why you go after it. Because you get to be a spiritual explorer. You get to be Cortez. You get to be all these people in eternity. Now, if that's not worth questing after, if that's not worth learning the truth over, how to become people of Israel, how to become one with God. And here I'm making this video today, and I knew when I came outside, it was like, no, you got to get that bush in there. You got to get, the sun's hitting it. It's flaming with color. It's alive, like it is the burning bush. And so for those of you who are in higher consciousness level, you'll someday look back and go, oh, there was the Holy Grail herself standing in front of the burning bush going, this way. Like, come on, Grail seekers, I'll grab you by the hand and take you with me, fighting and screaming. So if there's enough of you wanting to know truth about twin flame relationships, the Holy Grail and the adventures. So I am sharing today. I got this. I went and got my book. Okay. This is the book I've written about twin flames. It's called Mr. and Mrs. Jesus. All right. And it is an adventure beyond the veil. And it is an activation of our consciousness, because the vibration contained inside is truth contained inside. So the information is such a high vibrational level that when I write, everything I say, it's like a statement, it's like a truth. Look how it's written. It's written in statements of truth. And so the vibration is so incredibly high. But here's the thing. This is where I am with it. I can't release it at this consciousness. But I'm telling you, it's coming soon, because it's really bugging me, all the false information that's out there about the twin flames. And this is not only accurate information about twin flames, but this is, I can only share with you that my experience was that Christ revealed to me he was a galactic being. And he himself, was channeling things from the galaxies. And I wrote some of those channelings that he channeled from other galaxies in this book, okay? And I want to release it, and I don't know how it's going to come about, but we must vibrate so you can hear it, so you can hear the truths that are in it. And when we reach a frequency that you can hear the truths, I'll receive it on my inner that it's time to release the book, and I will. Okay? I'll believe there's enough of you who are open, sending that good energy to want to know more about Jesus being a galactic being, the proof that's contained wherein, and then how to uplift your frequencies and all the vibration that will lift you in here. It's like, it'll make it really high. I read 200 pages and had to have a nap. I had to cancel my doctor's appointment because I couldn't drive because I was buzzing so high. So it's truth, truth, truth. All right, there's enough promotion. But yeah, twin flames. This is where the truth is. And I'm gonna, I was told to put that up today. Okay, so we're talking about Jesus being a galactic being. We're talking about going through that portal, through to the other side, having that twin flame connection, being given your own portal. And then once you make it through, you come together and you're producing the love energy, God comes in, and then you're rewarded with time with God, which is bliss. So you just bliss out. And it's fun to do it with someone together. That's the twin flame ride. That's what you're wanting to do together. So if you don't want to take the time to feel this or do it, don't bother. Just keep working on your job. Just keep being locked in the matrix in the 9 to 5. But if you are able to hear this and you have a calling to go on an adventure, drop what you're doing. You think what you're doing is important in the lower dimensions? It's not. What's important is you say, I want to go on a spiritual grail quest. I'm going back. I'm starting up the quest. I'm starting up the grail quest. Find the Holy Grail. Find your Holy Grail. Find your partner. Find the person you're to make connection with, to produce that love energy for the planet. And that's what we're all about. That's what we're wanting to do. And it takes time and dedication. It's not something you do lightly, and you think you won't be awarded it anyway if you're not worthy. Like if you're going to be on your cell phone and spending all your times, all days, just not being present, don't bother. Don't bother even with what's being said here. But if you're the one that is knowing there's more, and you've got a spiritual pulling in your heart, and you're going, I gotta know the truth, and my spirit's calling me to go somewhere, to be on an adventure, to find something. I'm being guided to go here and there. It's following that calling, opening up and following your calling, your higher calling, which will begin to come forward. Yeah, I just saw 1441. But that that calling that comes within you that guides you to where you're to go next, that reveals to you new things every time you turn around. There's a new knowing. You're receiving another knowing and another knowing. You go, oh, I got it now, right? That it's just, if you're a real keener and you've been studying and you really want to go on a great ride, honestly, there's nothing like it. See it through, because you'll find out all the mysteries will be revealed to you. And if you are one of the persons that wants to get to the bottom and wants to know about the mysteries of the world and how they're revealed to you, you want to know the mysteries. And I think the twin flame thing has been taken, the title twin flame, out of context, out of the mysteries that await beyond the veil, and they've taken the twin flame, kind of dirtied it with so much confusion, for the truth of what's really going on. That now people are just left, what is a twin flame? So that's, I saw that today and it bothered me, so which led to the video going, look, I'm going to release this book. And that'll show you what the twin flame thing's all about. It'll straighten you straight up, because this is it. This is it. This is what it looks like. This is the template for it. It was laid 2014-15. So that's the template that was laid for it. So this is the correct thing and the version of it. So if it was not important, why do you think the flooding of the internet and everyone's, a twin flame, and they don't have a clue about it? They're all talking about it, but they don't understand it. So maybe it's like I don't know, I kind of looking at things a little differently, like just being aware of how the trickster works, and now understanding a little bit more of, you're looking back and you're going, what are some of the lies I believed? What are some of the tricks people played on me? What are some of the things that happened to me when I didn't follow my intuition? When I didn't listen to myself, what trouble did I get in? Yeah. And then just wonder, like, I, in my naivety, think is beyond me to think that I would be someone or anything or whatever would try to silence me. But I did issue a few fighting words over the years, so maybe I'm in a war as well, and I'm not paying attention that some of the dares that I dared are coming forward. And it's challenging me in that you wrestle with knowing everything is of God, and God would let it through to you. So it's coming on to me, and it appears dark and bad, but what is it really? What is it really? Is it really a blessing in disguise? And all that's needed to see it is a different thought to enter, a different knowing to enter. And then when that does, then you can, make sense of it, and you can see it as a knowing now, and you can let it go. Okay, I'm just kind of heard, that talking, and don't want to get off topic, because it's really important what's being shared here, and because that twin flame union is sacred. It's absolutely sacred. And maybe it's just trying to be watered down. So's the Grail Quest. The Grail Quest is sacred. And why it's sacred is you wouldn't start on a quest on a Grail journey if you didn't want any adventure. If you were done with your life and you said, done, just everything's so boring and mundane and saying, I wish there was some adventure left in life. If you're one of those explorers, this is an adventure. It's an adventure because you don't know where it's going to lead, and you don't know where it's going to lead for you. So when you go on that Grail Quest, you're being seen, clues are being given to you along the way. So start researching Burning Bush, start researching Holy Grail, start researching the Arthurian legends. Oh, that's fascinating stuff. Lots of answers in there. Camelot and all that. So it's all connected to the time of Christ, to Atlantis, to Egypt. Same characters coming back again and again, right? They're all here again now. So begin the Grail quest with, I'm just going to suspend my critical thinking. And when I go into this thought line, allowing myself to think there's different ways of being beyond the veil. There's magic that exists beyond the veil. Before I allow myself to go into that magical realm, I'm just going to turn a switch in my head and go, okay, just for a while, I'm going to suspend my critical thinking. And everything that I read, I'm going to take as truth that I was led to. I'm going to take that's a truth that I was led to, and I'm going to trust it, because that's learning to trust that if you're led to something, you were meant to be there. And that's the trust factor. That's what allows you to move forward in trust. And someone has to gain your trust. And so that takes a long time for you to begin to trust somebody. You've got to have been observing someone, listening to someone, and observing how it's affected you. Is it for the better? Are you feeling better? Is it helping? And if it is, it's the right place for you. This is the right channel for you. This is where you want to hang out, because you're going to hear stuff that you can hear. How about that? It's like Art Bell, Coast to Coast. I never got to hear that. I was never called to it. So maybe there's something there, but yes. I can't speak on it. I've not really sat and listened to him, so I can't speak on it, but I know he was very, very popular. Maybe later it'll come through. All right, well, again, it's all it matters is that it's said. 'Cause I just had so much energy today, and I felt so much I wanted to teach. It's like I've got all this energy and all these answers and all this information inside of me, and I just want to get it out. I just want to help someone learn to solve anxiety through meditation and breathing and calming down and just sitting and observing what is. And it's championing the mind, the thought world. It's coming into the awareness that you might have a really busy thought world, like your thoughts might come to you so hard, so fast, so strong, and so detrimental that you just want to jump out of your skin because you can't hear it anymore. And it's moving into the realization that there's a thought river. And those thoughts on some days are like a current. Imagine a current in a river. And those thoughts are coming at you hard and strong. And if you're in a negative, low vibration, that'll be a torrent of negative hits. Remember you did this and you did that. Remember this happened and you better do this because of this. And oh my God, what? That's just a torrent of negative thoughts hitting you all at once. That's what causes anxiety. You're in the torrent. You're too much into the part of the river where it's chaotic and all these thoughts are coming. What you got to do is pull back a bit, pull downstream, get your fishing pole, go back enough in the stream where it's calm, where you're standing in your hip waders and you're casting out your line and it's calm. You're fishing and it's calm. You want to fish out some calming thoughts for a change. So you're in the calm part of the river where you calm your thoughts. Just breathe. Find a time to just try and imagine yourself being that fisherman in the calm water with your pole. And you're fishing in the thought river, and every thought you fish in, you look at it and it goes, oh, what a beautiful day today. Oh, that's a good thought. I'm going to keep that one. And then you cast your fishing pole and you reel in another thought. And it was like, wow, my neighbor really cares about me in such a quick time. Wow. Isn't that nice that that's happening quickly? Well, of course it is, because we're in a faster time frame. Things are happening faster. So depending on your degree of trust and your ability to be a good student, you'll pick this stuff up. you'll start picking up the lessons. Now, if you want to be taught by a guru and you want the messages, that trusting what you get, you have a choice. You can choose to go to India and meet a recognized guru, or you could be where you are and ask for your own. And the moment you think that you're a guru, turn it around and realize you're the student. So I've got a new teacher in town. She's going to teach me some stuff. And she is too. She will. I can see there's a lot she's to teach as well. So isn't that wonderful? People sharing their journey and their success stories of where they've been and how they got there and the great rides they've had, right? And I think that's what people are really focused on now is I better tell somebody my story, or I better share a bit of my life and my journey in case I'm forgotten. Because people don't want to be forgotten. They don't want you to forget them. So maybe people right now are sharing more and more of their stories. Maybe we just have to be better listeners. All right, that just kind of came out there. All right, well, let that be okay. No, I needed to teach. I needed to let out what's in me. And the universe just set it up. I just had to show up. And she gave me the time, the place, the setting. Everything came into alignment to make this video. And just ending with, I'm a big believer in Joel S. Goldsmith and study him and just listening to his tapes. It's calming for me because he speaks truth. And so listening to another human being speak truth, and I'm in the recognition that it is truth. When I hear it, I allow it directly in, and it calms me because I want to hear about God and I want to hear about truth. I want to learn about that stuff, so I've got to study. So I'm studying him. And it comes and goes. Sometimes I pick up another book and study it, but I've been studying him for a long time, 5 years or more, maybe 6 or 7. And so anyway, no, not that, maybe. Anyway, that vibration reassures me when I listen to some of his tapes and stuff, is that the journey is about not going to God and saying, I want this and this and this, I need this and this and this, and help me this and this and this. The whole journey towards the great I am is to just spend time with them and just be with them. See if you can connect with that energy. Here comes the light shining on me. Keep on shining your light. Gonna make everything all right. And ain't got no worries. Yeah, I just saw a little clip on the Doobie Brothers the other day, so it was really good. Forget how great their voices were and how great the harmony they sang. It was really good. We all really listened to it a lot. It was very great music. Yep, music too. I got to get more into that and share more. When it comes, I'll share it. Okay, so rambling on a bit. Oh yeah, so when you do make that connection with Source and you're able to sit in meditation and be in the stillness and connect to Source, just be in the connection of it and feel it without asking anything or without doing anything, but just being able to receive and be in the oneness with God. And that connection sends out a vibrational frequency that heals the world. So that's the state of beingness that helps to heal and create. So there's no need to ask. You're just being God and sending out the energy from you to whoever needs it. And that means somebody in Australia or Washington or Texas or whatever, or in Britain, Israel, Africa need it. That energy goes into the collective. And so that's your contribution when you can move into meditation to that degree. And you're able to just find yourself in moments of beauty, and the vibration shows up, and you fall into meditation, and you move into that oneness with what it is. The oneness of the beauty vibration, the oneness of it. And then you just emit it. It comes out of you. So those beings that are in this, are able to do this and have this capacity, thank you for doing it. Thank you for all of us for sitting in the quietness and the stillness of your home and the aloneness of being a hermit, and submitting yourself to the call that when the energy frequency is needed, that you're volunteering it can come through you, and you sit down and you allow it to come through, you lie down, you allow it to come through. You become vessels that allow that light, allow that peace to start to come on in, come on in, come on in. And the more of us that lie down and just say, okay, let the light and the love shine through me, and let it come through you, let it come through you, let it beam out of you, and it lifts up the frequency vibration. We're doing it. That's how we're doing it. Okay, that's how we're doing it. And maybe to hear this, that this is the plan of how it is we're to do it. Embrace that as a truth, if you can. If you can. And then be obedient to the calling you will receive. When it's time, you're drawn to it. When it's not, you're not. So I can share with you how many times a day am I being drawn into meditation right now? Maybe 3, 4. For sure, like strong in the mornings and at night. Yeah, when it's really still. So mornings, but lately a lot at night I'm moving into the frequency of the oneness. But I'm getting the job done because I'm doing it, I'm connecting and sending it out there. Isn't it amazing that it's us? It's us that has to do it. And you don't have to do it by writing letters and marching City Hall, or you don't have to do it by doing anything other than to do that. That changes it. Those moments when you're emitting, that changes the world. So the more of us that receive awareness of it, the more of us will start practicing, mindfully practicing, lying down and emitting the light. And just say, you can use me to bring in that light and love. All those DNA frequencies, all those high frequencies to lift us to the flash. You can use me. You can use me. Come in and use me. And then you see how fast we get there. We can do this, right? You see how fast we shake this place up, bring back the good. It's going to be awesome. It is awesome. And we're awakening to what it is to be in the 5D, what it looks like, and what's there to be discovered. It's very exciting. Thank you. Hope that turned out good, and you got some good information.